Welcome back to Weather Nation. Now, as cooler temperatures are upon us, ski resorts are starting to fire up the snowmakers. Joining us now is Lauren Robertson from the Loveland ski area. Lauren, now snowmaking kind of requires specific conditions. Can you discuss what conditions need to be met in order for snowmaking to occur?
Absolutely. So snowmaking is a huge component of our early season operations, and you really need two main ingredients to make it work. So you have the temperature outside and you have the humidity in the air, and that's what creates a wet bulb temperature. So our snowmakers are watching the wet bulb temperature for it to get down to, around 20 degrees is great. And so, for example, if you have or 32 degrees outside and a 25% humidity, that creates, roughly like a 24-degree bulb temperature, which helps for the evaporational cooling. So when we put the water droplets into the air, it kind of creates this natural snow that we like to call man-made, and helps us lay down a really good base for the early season.
Okay, I love that you talked about the wet bulb temperature. That makes me so happy. A lot of people don't kind of really understand it. Now, what is this season looking like? You kind of started that process already. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so Sunday night, I was here with the team and we were watching that temperature. We got all the guns placed in the mountain. So, we have about a mile and a half of our opening day run. So it's a pretty big area that we have to cover. And so we were just making sure that everything was in place. Once we hit that temp, the teams fired it up. We started making snow, and that first initial snow making is really important to make sure that all of our lines are working correctly, everything's good to go. And now as we look to the future, those teams are working around the clock to make sure that we are making snow at every single opportunity when the temperature allows.
Absolutely. Now, you're standing at the base of Loveland ski area, and it looks kind of empty out there right now. You said the top of the mountain is getting a little bit more snow. What kind of depth of a snow base do you need in order to open up those operations?
Yeah, like I said, this is really about setting us up for a really successful early season. So the teams will be working to build the snow, make sure that it's all packed down. Around 18 inches would be ideal, and that's because these are some really high trafficked areas that everyone's funneling into in the early season. So we look to make sure that we do it right so that it leads us into a really strong season.
So we've had a couple snowstorms already this year. What is your projected opening date looking like this season?
That's always a question everyone likes to ask, and
Yes.
it's really as soon as we can.
Okay.
Last year we didn't start making snow until October 18th, so we're ahead of the game this year. So we're really looking for late October, early November opening at the latest, so that we can get people out here making turns.
Awesome. Is there anything else you think people at home should know about this upcoming season?
Really, we're looking forward to a lot of snow and a lot of good skiing and riding.